Right, it looks like we are live. So, yes. Well, here we go with the first Elite Dangerous live stream that I have done this year. In fact, the first Elite Dangerous live stream that I have done for quite a while. Fucking hell, that was quick. Herodian shows up. Quite amazing actually, because according to the YouTube info here, no one's watching. So you've managed quite an achievement there. To be fair, I did have a feeling you might crop up, because you must have seen me. I've seen that you're currently in game. You must have seen me appear online, so you might have had a slight inkling that this was coming along. I've not, and Jim has also arrived, so it's the usual twosome to begin with. I've not played this game since January. I've not even loaded it since January. Various reasons, but my patience snapped with it. I was utterly sick of a number of issues that the game had at the time. But we got a fairly major update yesterday. It's not added any new features or anything. It's just a load of badly needed bug fixes. The trouble is, after all this time, there is no way in fucking hell that I am going to take Frontier Developments at their word. So even though we got a whole great list of things that it fixed, unless I see that they are fixed with my own eyes, I don't believe a word of it. Let's say that's Frontier Developments' reputation that has resulted in that. It has nothing to do with me, being a fucking awkward shit cunt just for the hell of it. Although, let's face it, I am quite capable of doing that. I'll also just add that unlike the last few streams where I had my second screen up and running here, I'm not doing it this time. So I'm going to be back to doing the old minimising the screen. Firstly, it's just a lot easier for me to set up. Secondly, up until a few seconds ago, I was watching the semi-final of the World Snooker, which I'm now missing to do this. So, yeah, I better get some fucking views out of this. Can't believe I'm missing it, but missing that to do this fucking shite. I can minimise the game, no problem. It doesn't crash or anything. Well, at least it never did. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that was an issue that now cropped up. So I can see everything. Also, what I can do, is change the chat settings so I can see the live chat, not just the edited highlights. I've not played this game, say, since January 28th was the last time I played it, and I got sick of all the issues. There were several, but the two big ones were the constant stuttering, which just pissed me off beyond belief. That was the big one. That was number one. And number two was being unable to store any of the Odyssey related stuff that I picked up on me freighter, and then and obviously because I couldn't store them on there, I couldn't sell them either. I said freighter, didn't I? You can tell I've been playing No Man's Sky far more than this. Fleet carrier. There were others, the Concorde cannons that I'd got from Power Play. If you engineered them a particular way, they wouldn't reload. And it was just fucking ridiculous. And so I had enough. But yeah, this patch that came along yesterday is supposed to have fixed quite a bit of this. Apparently it's fixed the stuttering issue. Apparently the being unable to store Odyssey stuff on your fleet carrier, that's apparently been fixed before this patch came along. And the the Concord cannons now can be reloaded even after being engineered overcharged. I am highly skeptical, so let's see if it works. Of course, the other thing is, you can see, we're on the title page, and this is one of two Cobra Mark 5s I've got. No, I've never shown a Cobra Mark 5 in any of my Elite Dangerous videos or streams. Not because I didn't want to, but because I haven't been doing any. So, you know, and of course now, the Cobra Mark 5 you can buy in-game for credits anyway, so it's not much of an exclusive. But let's get underway and hope that the game will load. Yeah, the length of time that loading game thing is showing there does not inspire a great deal of confidence. I knew I should have actually loaded the game before I started this stream, instead of just, yeah, because this does not look good. Oh, here we go. That took a fucking age. And alright, it's had several updates and that since I last played it. Maybe that has something to do with it, I don't know. Now there are a couple of things that we will not be seeing in this stream tonight. The first is the Corsair. I don't have one. I don't know if, Herodian, if you've got one of those. But I'm kind of on the fence with the Corsair. It looks like it will be okay, but that's part of the problem. It looks like it will be okay, nothing more than that. Right, we are in. So yeah, so Erodi, if you can let us know if you've got one or not, and if you have got one, is it any good? What have I got here? It's going to be, yeah, it's just all of my fleet carrier stuff and that. So, yeah, I don't need to read any of these, do I? Because, yeah, they're always going to just keep taking the same amount, so it's just get shot at. I guess I do need to do a bit of housekeeping before I do anything else. Because... yeah, my carrier management is going to need a bit of overhauling. So anyway, my balancing is currently at 90 billion, but I think it's going to dip below that because I want to sort out my carrier balance. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Because I like my carrier balance to be at 20 billion. It's quite a bit below that, so let's sort that out. So well, let's make it easy to do. So we'll withdraw 44,609,724. Alright, and now we will deposit 400 million. So, right, carrier balance is back up to 20 million as I like it. So my personal balance now is, yeah, it's plummeted. It's now 89,713,215,516. Anyway, to carry on with what I was saying, yeah, so I don't have a Corsair. I don't know if Wiseass is watching this yet. It might be a bit early for him. I don't have a Corsair. It looks silly to me without the skip kits, and I don't have enough arcs. Yeah, the amount that they charge for ships with ship kits, yeah, I would never bother with that. But I have a feeling, see, there's a way we might be able to find out. If I look in the squadrons, if Wiseass is still here. Okay, that doesn't help. He was last in the Cobra Mark 5, so I've no idea if he has one or not. But of all the people who are in my squadron and play this game regularly, which is 2 people, and I don't even consider myself to be one of those anymore. Yeah, Erodian and Wise Ass are the 2. I think there's a good chance he will have one. But yeah, I don't. They look okay. Well, their performance figures and all that look okay. The ship itself is a pig ugly looking thing. But everything I've been told about it points towards it being a good sort of all-rounder to use in power play. Well, I've been using the Cobra Mark 5 for that, and it's done me absolutely fine. In fact, I'm probably going to stay away from power play for a while because, as you can see, I am currently at rank 129. And as a result of that, I've now got so many care packages, which have got like a few materials left. But I know I'm fast approaching that point where eventually you end up with so many of them that the game just completely locks up when you're trying to access them. And obviously, I don't particularly want that to happen. So yeah, I'm going to stay away from power play for a bit until I've used up quite a few of those care packages. So, right, I don't even know what fucking system I'm in. HIP 57352. Okay, well that's quite handy. There's a resource extraction site, hazardous resource extraction site quite close by. That's something that I want to... that's something I'm going to be doing. Anyway, once again, I'll get back to the point I was going to make. Yeah, there's 2 things in this game that I will not be showing. So the Corsair's one, we've well and truly covered that. The other is, I don't think this will surprise anybody, colonization. I cannot be less interested in colonization if I actively put effort into it. My interest is below absolute zero. I just do not give a fucking shit about it. As far as I can tell, it has been pretty badly implemented, and it has needed patches galore just to make it work, let alone, you know, actually be worthwhile. But the amount of time it takes, the amount of resources that you have to pour into it, and what do you get out of it? You get a pathetic payout, like credits each week. And in order to get any credits, you need to have built at least 10 structures in, you know, one of the systems that you are the architect of. But that's the other thing. You are the system architect. You do not own that system. Your control of the system is 0. Once it's built, and I think you get the choice of what the main faction will be there once you've built it, but then they take it over. And then, of course, it's also up for grabs through the background simulation, just like every other system. So there is always that chance that some fucking player faction will come along and take it. Now obviously you being the architect means you can then choose what you do as far as, I don't know, if you can add more stuff there, and then you can choose to make it as fucking useless as possible. Again, it's a lot of time and a lot of resources just to do that. So I really can't be arsed with it. I mean, if anyone from the squadron, again, it's almost certainly going to be either Erodian or Wise Ass. If either of those are, you know, colonising a system, yeah, I can come along and help out when I feel like it. there's no guarantee that's going to happen very often, but yeah, I can do that. So again, you know, if either of you are doing that in a system, then let us know, and I can turn up at some point and do something. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I don't know, of course, but it's got a bigger nose than Adrian Brody. I mean, he's got problems galore as far as the visuals. It's a horrible looking thing. Pro Skills has arrived. I think that's why the Panther is coming out. It should have huge cargo capacity to support colonization. Yeah, that is the only reason. CEX Ashford had a GeForce 4090 for £2,000. Yeah, right. Not doing anything in colonisation either, not until FDev make up their minds how it works. Well, the other thing, of course, with colonisation, they've introduced it and said it's a beta feature. But so every other, like, you know, additional feature that Frontier developers have added to this game, they've all been betas. They've just never actually come out and said it. They've never been implemented in a way that means they work well right from the get-go. Has never happened. So yeah, every new feature that gets added to the game has always been a beta. But this officially is a beta. No one has a clue when the beta is going to end. There's been no word on that. You know, so it's pretty obvious that calling it a beta is purely Frontier Development's attempt of trying to get round the fact that, yep, once it's first implemented, it's going to run like shit. It's going to be completely broken. Everyone's going to hate it. How do we avoid criticism? I know, we'll say it's a beta from the start. There we go. And it has kind of worked, because there have been plenty of people on the forums who have been saying, oh yeah, this feature I'm trying to do, blah, 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 and it's not fucking working, but it's a beta, therefore I'll let them off. No. Anyway, I'm not sure which of my Cobra Mark 5s I'm in, so let's have a look. Manage the old ships. So, right, Thunderchild. Now that sounds like, yeah, so the Thunderchild is my combat Cobra Mark 5. So we'll jump in that. Here we go. So I'll take you through the loadout of this one quickly. So weapons wise, I don't think it's going to have any big surprises, or indeed any surprises of any kind. So I have two class 1 pulse lasers, which both have grade 5 rapid fire modification and phasing sequence. And then in the mediums, I have 3 Concord cannons. They all have grade 5 short range blaster with auto loader. I can now change that experimental if this update has worked. Because the fact that I've got auto loader means that I'm not going to have a great chance of finding out unless I completely empty them, which is very likely. Right, anyway, on to utility mounts. No surprises here. So 4 shield boosters. They all have, yeah, 2 of them or other have heavy shield or heavy duty with super capacitors, and the other 2 resistance augmented and force block. The same as I always have. As far as the core internals, so I have mirrored surface composite armor, which is lightweight and angled plating. Class 4A, well, you know all of the drives, or all of these things will be A rated. So this has overcharged power plant and the monstered experimental. There's usually a combination that I avoid like the plague, but this ship runs so cool that you can overcharge with monstered, and you've got no problems at all. No thermal issues. So yeah, quite happy with that. Quite happy about that, especially as this is a bit of a power-hungry ship, this thing. I mean, there's so many things you can fit to it, but yeah, for a power plant, there's a bit like the Vulture in that regards. Thrusters, yeah, this will shock you. Dirty drive tuning and drag drives, but you never saw that coming. The SCO drive, yeah, increased FSD range and mass manager, but you never saw that coming either. This one is not a double engineered one. Life support, miscellaneous lightweight, only the grade 1 because it's only a class 3. Anything more than that is an absolute waste of time. I know that if I take it from yeah, grade 1 to grade 5, this will get me an additional 0.15 light year jump range. So it is a total waste of time, and it doesn't affect my speed or my agility one bit. Power distributor is charge enhanced with cluster capacitors, so I have a bit more power to start with, and then the recharge rate is fucking great. So yep. And sensors are long range as always. So finally, the optional internals. So I have class 5 bi-weave, which is, yeah, thermal resistant and fast charge experimental. 2 hull reinforcement packages, class 4s. So one is blast resistant with angled plating, the other one kinetic resistant, again with angled plating. Module reinforcement, you can tell I'm expecting to lose my shields, can't you? FSD interdictor, which has the grade 4 long range. And then 2 class 3 and 1 class 2 D class Guardian shield reinforcements, and then my detailed surface scanner. So that is the loadout, and it's not bad at all. Or at least it wasn't bad when I last played the game. Like I say, I'm very rusty at this because I've not played it since yeah, January 28th. So let's launch and see how this goes. I'm not expecting anything great. I'm not even going to bother oh, fucking hell, yeah. I'm not even going to bother scanning the ships that are hanging around me carrier, because I don't need the merits and I don't particularly want them. So obviously I've used the Cobra Mark V enough to already have an opinion on it. And again, I don't think this is going to surprise anybody. Is it a good ship? Yes, of course it is. It's a fucking fantastic ship. But it is overpowered. There is no question. You know, it's massively OP. If you're comparing it to other small ships, it doesn't matter what category you're comparing, you know, speed, agility, jump range, shield strength, armour, you know, firepower, cargo capacity, you name it. It is always, at worst, rated second of all the small ships. So it has no drawback at all. So they could have done with reining it in a bit, but well, they didn't. And well, the chances are I'm going to be rather glad about that in this go, because you can already see I'm fucking all over the fucking place. So this thing's wanted. He's only a master, so he shouldn't be that difficult. So he looked like he was buggering off there. I've seen a Imperial Clipper out there, so I know Yeah, so I know that will be another wanted ship. And yeah, I forgot to sort out my pips. I do love the rapid fire modification on pulse lasers. Right, so we'll see how the old Concord cannons do. I mean, Concord cannons are going to be okay here because clearly he doesn't have the chaff launcher. But yeah, if you're going up against ships that do have the chaff launcher and that, then yeah, Concord cannons, well, if you're like me and you prefer fixed weapons, then yeah, Concord cannons are not so ideal. Oh, he did drop material. I mean, I haven't got a clue what materials I need and what I don't. Right, I don't need any of them by the looks of it, so let's go and have a look at this Imperial Clipper. Looks like he's already in the wars. He's deadly. Oh, fucking hell, he's really going down. I've got to try and take him out before he runs. He's out of range of my Concord cannons. See him down. So, right, let's have a look at the chat here. When ED launched, it was still in beta. Yeah, it still is. Thunderchild as in War of the Worlds. Oh, yes. Alright, we've got a Python that's just showed up. Let's see what he's all about. Oh, fucking hell. Well, he's wanted. I'll have a bit of him. Looks like he's heading towards that gunfight that's in the background. He's not now, though. That was a bit stuttery. That did not strike me as being indicative of the stutter bug being fixed. Fucking hell. I can't even get him back into my sights. Here we go. Shields down. You know what I was saying earlier about, yeah, no problems with the old heat? Yeah. I don't have, though, the old thermal vent beam lasers, which I am a bit reliant on. I knew that was coming. Trouble is, I don't have the heatsink on this thing. I also realised I was doing those last couple of combat runs with my throttle at 75% instead of 50. So, chemical processors, oh, okay, right. Okay, won't bother with those. I've got another Python. I'm not sure this is going to be, oh, he's wanted. He's in a wing, which is not a good sign. I have no idea who his wingmen are going to be. I'll tell you what, if it's those two fed gunships, there's no way I'm going after this fucker. I mean, I can see other ships around it, but I haven't got a clue which ones are... Right, well this will certainly come in handy. Okay, let's join in. Unsurprisingly, he doesn't stand a fucking chance. He's running. And he's now blown up. These wingmen didn't even look at me. Okay, that's not one. I have no idea who his wingmen are. It could be those two sidewinders. I know there were a couple of small ships around. I mean, if they were sidewinders, then yeah, no wonder they didn't do anything. Right, wanted deadly, so let's give this one a go. So this fucker has got chaff. What I should have done was target his shield generator. Yeah, that's going to come up fairly quickly. Yeah, it already has. Ah, and then he started chaffing again just as I was firing. Well, that's one way of getting his shields down. I'd rather not have done it that way. My shields are still, you know, pretty good. Stop chaffing, you fucker. There we go. Right, so shield generator's down. Try and stop him from running away. Not that it really matters, they don't tend to run very often from extraction sites. So yeah, he was close enough that I could fire and be pretty certain that they would all hit. Just there as well. And the old Fed dropship does have quite good armour. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking aim for shit now. There we go. Okay, I'll have a look at whoever that is. Zoroaster. I'll look at him afterwards. That was a complete waste of ammo there. That's got to be in down. Yeah. Right. Now, where is... No, Zoroaster is a Diamondback Scout. It's hardly fucking worth it. So look at these Fed gunships. They've been hanging around for a while. So he is wanted. He's not in a wing. The Fed gunship is a ship that I have recommended to Jim countless times. He's very... I mean, these days he doesn't even look at Elite Dangerous. He's really not interested in the game at all. But back when he did play it, yeah, I I thought and I still think, the Fed gunship is the ideal ship for the way that Jim played the game. It's fair to say he was never convinced of that, so he never did bother with one, and yeah, I highly doubt he's going to start bothering with one now. I feel like I am starting to get to grips with the controls again, now that I've stopped trying to fly it like No Man's Sky. He's down to his last 2%, but his fucking shields came up. Now the thing is, because I've got phasing sequence, I could still damage him even before his shields come down. I could still go destroy his ship. Oh well, his shields came down just before he blew up. But that's not bad. So my shields could do with a bit of a recharge. It won't take long, but let's have a look at this Vulture. Vultures in extraction sites are nearly always wanted. Yeah. So I was going to wait for my shields to recharge, but his shields are down and his hull is at 75, so now is a good time to go after him. Especially as, yeah, I'm able to get him down to 45% hull that fast. And he's taking on someone who has missiles and fragmentation cannons, so he did not stand a fucking chance. Is this another wanted one, or was this a very well defended mining ship? Now that comes wanted as well. Right, bollocks to him. Let's take on a big one. Nah, he's only competent. He's going to be a bit shit. Ah, and he's in a wing with what ships? Cobra Mark 3s. Okay, it's only a novice. What about this one? This one's only a novice as well. I'm going to have to take out his wingmen first. Oh shit, is he buggering off? No, he's heading over to that battle. I need my shields to charge up a bit before I start taking on a wing with an Anaconda. It's certainly not, because I'm about to take on a novice shieldless Cobra Mark 3. Shields are up to 74. I might regret it, but yeah, let's go now. He's gone flying behind the bollocks. I was hoping to get him before he chance to do the turn. Right, that's him down. Here's the second. That's good, that's what I wanted. I wanted to get rid of both of these before going after the Anaconda. He's down. Right, now for the big one. Even if he is only a competent. Well, it looks like I've got some help. Okay. Shields down. This should be a piece of piss. Oh, Jesus Christ. There he goes. Yeah, 427,000 for an anaconda is fuck all. But, did he drop any grade 5s? Nope. So, let's have a look at this other one. Oh, this is dangerous, right? This could be a bit more tricky. He's using a wing as well. Wing of 2. Oh, fuck it. If he's in a wing with a fucking elite fed gunship. No, he's not. So who is his wingman? For a dangerous anaconda, 503,000 is fuck all. Let's have a look. How are you liking the Cobra Mark 5? It's a great ship. I could even go as far as to say I think it's the best ship in the game. It's that good. It looks like there's a it's either a Mark 2 or a Phantom. It's a Phantom. Oh, he's in a wing or 2. Is that his wingman then? Oh, I mean, it'll be certainly quite handy if it is. But I am having a kind of guess. Okay, let's take a look. Yep, it is. So that's okay. Yeah, fucking anaconda has launched the ship launch fighter. So yeah, the only sort of issue I have with the Cobra Mark 5 is the fact that it is really sort of overpowered. It has all the plus points, no drawbacks, you know, no downside at all. So they've kind of gone a bit overboard with it. Alright, let's sim down. My shield's now, yeah, 47%, not good. That was a total waste of ammo. I also only really just now spotted that, yeah, my Concord cannon ammo is rather low. So is the stream still stuttering or is it okay? The thing is, if it's stuttering, there really ain't a lot I can do about it because I'm using the same settings as I always have done. They used to always work fine. And I'm pretty sure if you're in a small ship and you're going after an anaconda, this is probably not the best way of doing it. Oh, bollocks. You certainly don't want to run out of ammo during the fight. So I'm now currently down to only using my 2 class 1 pulse lasers. I've got to get rid of this ship launch fighter so that this fucker can't keep chasing after me. Alright, so that's him down, but I need to try and get away a bit and synthesize some cannon ammo. Here we are, right. I mean, it's only using nickel, carbon, sulfur, so it's, yeah. If I just do 2 of them, that'll be enough. Trouble is, yeah, his shields have fucking come back up. Target your shield generator. Probably a bit late to be doing it now, but better late than never, eh? So, shield's down again. And shield generator is now at 0. That was a waste. So Mr. Noise is about to bugger off. And this thing, yeah. That's pretty low for one of those. Right, but it does have some grade 5s, but I'm maxed on those, and I think, yeah, I'm maxed on those. So, yeah, that was great. This is Spacey Jones, I think, expert Imperial, expert Fed gunship. Oh, he's in a wing by the looks of it. No. Elite Fed gunship. My shields are far too weak. I'll tell you what we will do. We'll head back to the docking station and we'll see if one of those fixes has actually worked, because right, my second Concord cannon completely out of ammo. Now previously that meant that it would not yeah, if I tried to rearm it at a docking station, it just wouldn't work properly. So let's see if it will do now. If it does, then we can, well, we'll try and get over the shock of a bug fix from Frontier Developments actually working. It did get a bit stuttery for me during the game there, but nothing like the frequency or how bad it was before. I'm still not entirely convinced that it's okay, so I will be making another trip there. Yeah, see, shit like that. Okay, that was exactly as it used to be. So my current experience doesn't seem to be indicating that the stuttering has been fixed at all. Right, so it's all done, repair done, is the big one. fully rearmed. Yep. So, well, fucking hell. Actually got one that they fixed. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Yeah, I've got a load of stuff that I can store in my carrier and see, well, I say a load, I've got a few, and see if they work. So, right, we've seen one bug fix that we know works. You can actually restock your Concord cannon ammo. I am far from convinced that the stutter bug has been fixed. And, well, we're about to find out if we can now transfer stuff over to what do you call it? Transfer stuff over to my carrier. Right, what else we got in the old chat here? Stream itself is stuttering for me, so if no one else is having that issue, it's probably a Virgin Media. You can never rule out Virgin Media. See, it's fine for everyone else, so it looks like it was Virgin Media your end there, Jim, which is, let's face it, far from a surprise. Cobra 5 looks great. The only issue I can see is overheating. That may just be your chosen loadout. Yes, that is exactly what it is. Like I say, I've got no what do you call it? I've got no beams to cool the thing down with thermal vent, and I am a bit reliant on that. Probably overly reliant on it. Would help if I actually. Here we go. So because I'm so used to using those, yeah, I treat every other thermal weapon exactly the same, and yeah, so I do overheat a bit. In fact, the thermal output of the Cobra Mark 5 is fantastic. Got no problem there. You should try to get the Cyto Scramblers. They work really well with Cobra's small hardpoints. I do have Cyto Scramblers. They are unquestionably the best weapon that are power play exclusives. But I don't put them on everything. Some ships work better with them than others. The only problem with the Cyto Scramblers is because the amount of jitter that they have. So yeah, you've got to be in a ship that is constantly going to be at a very short range. Well, merely the Cobra Mark 5, it almost certainly will be. And my combat Mandalay has them. They work pretty well on the Mandalay, actually. I'm coming in a little bit fast. Yep. Right. Here we go then for the next test. Can we transfer? Right, so we'll start with the, I mean, I've only got 150 carbon fibre plating, 73 tungsten carbide. They transferred. Fuck me. Right, now data I've got a lot of. So, right, 11 biometric data, 7 air quality reports, atmospheric data 5, audio logs 5, ballistic data 3, blood test results very low. I don't know what data still sells well and what doesn't, so I did have shitloads of manufacturing instructions, and I gave them all to Jim because at the time, yeah, couldn't sell them, so there was no point hanging on to them. I don't need any, so I don't know how many I have left. Probably 0. Oh yeah, it is 0. So I can't remember exactly how many it was I gave him. Was it something like 45? I mean, 50 settlement defence plans and 24 smear campaign plans. So yeah, you can tell I had all this lot for quite a while. That is everything, and it all went through, and I could not move the power classified data back. What a surprise. So that's one part that has not been fixed, but that's been there since day fucking 1. But at least I can now sell me stuff. Right, let's have another look at the come on, let's get colonising. Nah. Surely it's time for Braven's big game hunting on planets. You think I'm ever going to let that go, Braven? You are very much mistaken. I mean, it's his fault for always opening his mouth saying, oh yeah, we're going to bring in blah blah blah. You know full well the social media fucking keyboard warriors will never be okay with big game hunting on planets. So, Starter Bug has been replaced with some other FPS issues, it seems. Yeah, I know. Combat Mandalay, interesting build. I've heard good things. Yeah, about that, I think not clicking the transfer A from Cobra Mark 5 button. I'm not sure what that's on about. Well, since I mentioned the old Combat Mandalay, let's see it in action. I don't think I've shown it in any of my videos or any of my streams. It's not going to be that different from what you have just seen though. Here we are. So yeah, 2 Cyto Scramblers, 4 Concord cannons. Well, let's do a quick rundown of the loadout. So yeah, 4 Concord cannons in the class in the medium slots. Now, these are efficient weapon, which I kind of had to do because yeah, you can see the power. I'm very close to the limit. I didn't want to put efficient weapon on cannons. I never want to. So I gave them oversized experimentals to try and make up for it. And then yeah, 2 Cyto Scramblers, so long range with phasing sequence. Kind of need to do that with these because they have such a short range. So I've got the range up to just shy of 2 kilometers. Yeah. No surprises on the utility mounts. So 4 shield boosters, 2 heavy duty, 2 resistance augmented with the usual experimentals, supercapacitors on the heavy duty, force block on the on the other ones. Armour, mirrored surface composite. I mean, this is currently sounding identical to me, the one I've just done. So yeah, lightweight mirrored surface composite with angled plating. Power plant. Why did I click on it? Yeah, it's overcharged to grade 5 with thermal spread. Dirty drive tuning. This one I think it's a double engineered one. I can't remember. Life support, I don't know why I went to grade 5 on this, because it doesn't make a shred of difference. Distributor charge enhanced cluster capacitors. Sensors are lightweight. I thought I'd put long range on them. Yeah, that's not great. Oh well, class 6 bi-weave, thermal resistant, fast charge, and a shitload of Guardian shield reinforcements. One module reinforcement class 2, two class 1 hull reinforcements. One is blast resistant with angled plating, the other one kinetic resistant with angled plating as always, and then detailed surface scanner. Net result of all that lot is that yeah, shield health 1744. The worst resistance is kinetic, but it's still 49.2. Armor health 982. Armor, yeah, kinetic and explosive have the same resistance, 30.5. Thermal resistance 56. So yeah, the armor is pretty good. In fact, it's pretty good all round. So well, we've got a choice of extraction sites now. So we'll go to this one. I've no idea if it's the same one we just left or not, and we'll see how this does. I'm not getting my hopes up because, yeah, you saw with the Cobra Mark 5 there that I'm still a bit all over the place. I think this is another loadout where I have to put the pips to 303. I can't keep them on 402, which I much prefer. Braden seems like the kind of guy who'd shoot a tiger on a natural safari, probably while it was drinking from a pool, then have it mounted in a fierce expression on his wall. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there are many people who would argue that he comes across as being an absolute cunt. That is for sure. Right, let's see how we do. Yeah, not exactly got a lot here so far. I wonder if Frontier Developments realised that the whoever it was that came up with yeah, genital warts. Alright, this looks more promising. What we got here? Right, dangerous. Yeah, I thought he was in a wing. Who's his wingman? Asp Scout. You don't get a huge number of wanted Asp Scouts around here, so we'll never go at him. I need to go a bit closer because of the jitter on me. There we go. I mean, it's certainly dishing out the damage to this thing. Oh, I thought I had him. Well, he's definitely down now. Right. Oh, Jesus. I didn't want another care package, but oh well. So I'm up to 130 in power play. So I don't mind him, yeah, chaffing before his shields come down. Now I could really do without him using that again. Well, cut a little bit. That's a total waste. I don't mind if his armour, if his shields come back up, because that way my sight of the scramblers start to become useful again. Didn't take long to bring them down again. Oh, here we go. I'll have a look who that fucker is who's scanning me and oh bollocks, didn't mean to do that. Okay, I thought by ramming him I might have finished him off, but no. That's got to be him down. Jesus Christ. That must be. Yeah, it is. Right, now, who was that was searching me? Peter Wishart, who is expert fed gunship. What's he worth? 260,000. He's barely fucking worth it. It's just dawned on me, I forgot to actually hand in my bounties when I was at the station. Oh. Right. Of course, he starts chaffing as soon as he doesn't seem to have particularly good armour. Considering it's a fed gunship, I would have expected his armour to have been a lot better than it is. He was able to take that a bit better. Now again, I'm not so fussed about his shields coming back up because it makes me sight of scramblers useful once again. So here we go. So he's down to 8. And that's him now gone bye-bye. And I mean, you know, the most powerful thing around here is an Asp Explorer, and he's not going to be wanted. Let's have a look. Right, what did I get in this care package? Nothing that I need. Oh, right. Well, there's fuck all here. So let's go on to the next extraction site. See if we have any better luck there. Can't really be any worse. Right, how are we doing in the chat here? Oh, sorry, meant the button to transfer all items instead of one by one. Yeah, it would certainly be handy, but there we go. Golden Prince has arrived. Never asked the public to suggest names for in-game characters. I mean, you'd have thought by now that you know, companies would have realised. Don't ask people online to come up with ideas for, you know, a name for something. It's really not a good idea. Otherwise, you end up with, you know, oh, what was it? The Mountain Dew, that was it, yes, the Apple Mountain Dew, and the name that won it was Hitler Did Nothing Wrong. You know, and you're just going to get that every fucking time. I mean, to be honest, whoever it was that came up with that for the new name for Apple, Mountain Dew Apple, I mean, what a genius. He made sure that thing, you know, that whole poll was just going to come to nothing. This is not looking good either. This is because I've got, yeah, quite, my sensors don't have long range. I think I am going to have to re-engineer them. As it is, we've got a dangerous Imperial Clipper, so we'll take a look. Oh, for a dangerous Imperial Clipper, he's not exactly doing a great deal. I'm basically just flying straight towards him, and he's okay. Now he's finally started to fire. There we go. It looks like this one hasn't got chaff. I'm not sorry about that. I've just realised one of the things that, yeah, the old Concord cannons really work well at is taking out internal modules. There you go. So he's gone from 38 to 0 in one round. Let's try his FSD. So it's currently at 100. It hasn't been scratched. Let's see how much we can take it down by with one round. Down to 13. So yeah, I mean, if you are one of those players that likes taking out enemy ships by, you know, module by module, yeah, you could do far worse than use these things. So there you go. So he's not running away. Let's do his power plant next. I don't think any of them hit. Well, his ship's going to blow up before his power plant does. Well, there you go, 26 from, yeah, it was at full. and now it's at 0. So yeah, he's fucked. There we go. I mean that was rather drawing out his demise. Really only an Asp Explorer here. And he's going to be clean because he's a miner. Yeah, this ship definitely needs long range sensors. It's far too good at combat to you know, be sort of like handicaps like this with short range. Oh bollocks! Mind you, is that an anaconda? Yes, it is. It's only an expert. He's on his own. I can only assume the reason I put short range or you know, didn't put long range engineering on the sensors is that I was obsessed with jump range on this thing because it was a Mandalay. Because you don't need a jump range for, you know, on a combat ship. So I fired 3 volleys and I've already got his hull down to 35%. Could do with being a bit more manoeuvrable though, catching up with him out. So I've got him down to 16. He ain't got long to go, that is for sure. Down to 7. That was a bit stuttery there, but that I think was, well, actually I don't know what caused it. Alright, what did he drop? I think I'm alright there, yeah. Yeah, so he didn't drop anything I needed. Oh, I got another Imperial Clipper, alright. Right, in a wing. I've no idea who the wingman is. Ah, okay, so the wingman is a Fed assault ship. So in fact, that's the main ship. The yeah, the Clipper is the wingman. That's alright, especially as they've opened fire on someone else. We may have a bit of this. Really want to be taking out his French's drive, but it will help. It's dangerous Clipper. I mean, it's got to be in done. Yeah, it is. Right, now where did the I can't see where the main ship went. This must be him up ahead. Yep, it is. So we'll have him. He's got a right old mixture of weapons, this fucker. Yeah, I don't think ramming me was a good idea just as your shields come down, mate. Oh, not me to do that. Not that it's going to affect me in any particular way. But yeah, it won't take much to re-engineer this thing, and yeah, once I have, and I've got it to with long-range sensors, that'll make a big difference. This ship will be much better then. I mean, it's not exactly, you know, it's not exactly slacking it now, but in fact, thinking about it, I think I've got the long-range sensors engineering pinned. So I can go to the station and do that engineering now. So I've got 7,403,000 to hand in. So let's do that, and then see what difference it makes with, yeah, a much better, much longer range sensor. I think it's going to make quite a big difference, that. I mean, the Mandalay has absolutely, I mean, it's taken over as the de facto exploration ship, no doubt about it. But it is also like a properly decent combat ship. I'm sure the fact that it was based on a Mamba has some part to play in that. But yeah, it's a great combat ship. The only thing it's not brilliant at is yeah, cargo. You just can't get a decent amount of cargo on there. But if you're using it as a power play all-rounder, then yeah, you can easily get the cargo that you'll need to do power play missions, no problem. So yeah, if you're looking at you know, cargo purely from a power play point of view, then yeah, it means this is a great ship for a power play. In fact, I was using one as my power play ship before the Cobra Mark 5 came along, and I had one of those take over the role. Pad 20, yeah, it's a really close one. And I'm able to, yeah, fully rearm. Oh. Right, let's hand in me bounties. Not combat bonds, you fucking prick. Bounty vouchers, there we go. So, yeah, you saw I had 7 million odd, but of course my rank with Lavigne Deval, the Emperor, is, well, it's now 130. So yeah, I'm getting a massive massive bonus. So I'm getting 140% extra of my bounty vouchers. So yeah, 17,768,263 for those few ships. And I didn't exactly take out a lot. Right, so let's have a look at the engineer's workshop. There's the sensors. And yeah, it is long range scanner. Now surely I've got all of the, yeah, easy. Right, let's re-engineer this then and give us the long range, which I would much rather have. It will affect speed and handling, but it's not going to be a huge amount. So I really do have no idea why I didn't do this in the first place. Right then, so grade 5 will give me 12.2 kilometre emission range, which is a damn sight better than I was having. And of course, since I can't remember when this change was implemented, but yeah, 5 will max it out every time. Okay, now while we are here, let's oh yeah, look at how many care packages I have. And I still have a load of mini care packages, which you get from levels or rank 1 to 99. Doesn't tell you which one's which, but I do know this will be the new one that I got, so I'll take what I can from there. And now that I've done that, the list is now reversed. So the one I've just got will now be on the bottom, so you can see how many, yeah, you see there's plenty still in there. So that's why I don't want to be doing any more power play missions, because I don't know if they fix that. And when it comes to frontier developments, it is far safer to assume they've not fixed something than to assume that they have. Right, let's have another look at the chat. Four Concords are doing work. Yeah, I mean they're great. What weapons would be next tier down from Cyto Scramblers and Concord Cannons for combat Mandalay build I may try? Well, I'll come back in a sec. Never did any power play. Live Exploration Mandalay, current 87 light year jump. Just to get a bit more tweaking to get it as close as 90. Yeah, my one does 93, I think. So yeah. Well, if you don't have any of the power play weapons, now the trouble with giving let's do it through the. Yeah, do it through the outfitting. The trouble with giving recommendations or suggestions with weaponry, or in fact with any kind of ship loadout, is what works for me isn't necessarily going to work for anyone else. And so yeah, don't take what I'm going to say as you know, as a given, and say that yeah, it's the best that you can get. It works well for me, and that's all I can say about it. But what I find, right, is if you're using class 1 or class 2 hard points, or should I say small or medium hard points for lasers, that's when you want to use either pulse lasers or burst lasers. I'm not a big fan of burst lasers. Cyto Scramblers are the only ones I use. But if you're going to use class 3 or 4, that's when you want to use beam lasers. I think Class 1 beam lasers are a total waste of time. Class 2 beam lasers are, I mean, they're okay, but they're no great shakes. So, yeah, with this ship, I certainly wouldn't be fitting beam lasers to it because, yeah, the largest hard point you've got is a Class 2. So, I mean, the obvious replacement for Concorde cannons is just the regular cannon. I always use fixed cannons, well, apart from Concorde, obviously. But yeah, and obviously you don't get anywhere near as much ammo as you do with the Concorde cannon because you're only firing one shot instead of bursts of 3. But your ammo will actually last longer. And if you're going to engineer cannons, overcharge every time. So yeah, that's what I would suggest. So yeah, if it was me and I didn't have any power play weapons, yeah, I'd have 4 cannons fixed, and I would have, yeah, I would go with 2 gimbaled pulse lasers with the rapid fire modification and the phasing sequence experimental. I mean, I have phasing sequence on these, so yeah. Okay, so I've now got the long range on the sensors, which I think is going to make quite a difference. So let's just get the power priority sorted out on those. Back down to 4. Right. Well, we've got to try it out now, haven't we? You've got to take this back. So, here we go. Let's see what we get now. So, okay, it has affected top speed, but only by 4 meters per second. I can live with that. So I've got quite high expectations for this. Now I have just seen something, I've just noticed the time there, and that does make me think that actually they have fixed the stutter bug, because I didn't have the monumental amount of stutter at 5 past. Because it was tied in with power play, and while it was doing some sort of like check with background simulation, and it always did it at exactly the same time, you know, past the hour. Well, right, fair to Lance, we'll have a bit of you. He's heading straight for me, so he's dangerous. I think he's on his own. What's he worth? 626. It's a bit low for a fer de lance, but still. Now, fer de lance have great shields, terrible shield sail banks, so I don't care if he uses one of those. Fucking hell. He's not doing anything. He's flying around, but he's not firing at me. He's supposed to be dangerous. There we go. Finally. It's starting to get a bit dark in here, so I better put this on before I end up completely in the shadows. What the fuck am I doing here? Right. Only one of those shots actually hit the shield gen. So his shield generator's out. I reckon I'm going to destroy his ship before I destroy his FSD. Ah, he's got 1% left. There we go. Right, so that's him dealt with. Oh, he was effortless. Right, Chrome Mark 2. Let's have a look at you. Can't be wanted. Oh no, he's only an enemy. Yeah. Right. Python. Python looks like it's under attack. Doesn't mean it won't be wanted, but... There we go. Now, what's he worth? 451,000. Again, that's pretty low. Dangerous Python, you'd thought he'd be more than that. Oh, well. Shield generator is still in one piece. Shield generator is down to 2%. Now it's down to 0. Right, power plant next. Good feeling I'm going to destroy a ship before I take out the power plant, but I can live with that. Down to 30, power plant 38. Oh, that certainly did a lot to his power plant there. I mean, he's getting a bit desperate here. If he's firing missiles, I've got all my shields up. Right, so power plant is down to 0. You know what I mean? His hull's down to 1, so there we go. Now, is that Will Rogers there? Is that the one that's been hanging around during that fight? It looks like it could be. Well, we'll take him on anyway. Doesn't really matter if the shield generator on a gunship stays or not, because their shields are not the strongest. What was that? So his shield generator's out, but I mean his hull's down to 22. That's got to be in down, yeah it is. Right, so we've got another Fed gunship here. Let's see what he's all about. He's elite, so I'll definitely take this fucker on. 579,000 for a Fed gunship, that's okay. Right, let's see what you're made of then, you cunt. I wouldn't have minded if he got his shields up, but I'll still take out his shield generator once he stops fucking chaffing. I'll do that for him. That was a waste of ammo. Yeah, because this fucker keeps chaffing away, then it's a lot more difficult obviously to target the modules. But there we go, shield generator down to 6% in one volley, and now it's gone. I'm actually wondering if it's worth targeting his chaff launcher. Power plant's down to 24, his hull's down to 13, so it's not going to take much more to finish him off, especially as they all hit. So ta-da to him. What we got now? We've got plenty of Fed ships here. Right, Fed assault ships can frequently be the most aggressive, and they are always wanted, and this one's elite, so we'll definitely have a bit of this fucker. What's he worth? 476. Oh well, better than the kicking the knackers. Right. Looks like I'm getting a bit of help actually with this one. Oh, I thought that would have been done a lot better there, especially if this fucker hasn't got a chaff launcher, so these shields are going to come up any second. There we go. Yeah, Fed assault ships, shield cell banks always recharge a shitload. Thing is, two engineered cyto scramblers strip away a shitload of them, so he's down to 8%, so he ain't got much to go. That's him done. Let's have a look at the other Fed assault ship. He's fair distance away. He's only a master. So this master is actually paying more than the elite one that I just took out. This one doesn't have chaff either. Jesus Christ, that was close. So his shields are back up. Then he's going to use the shield cell bank, I would imagine. Oh, he isn't. He can't have one. There he goes. Well, not one of my shots landed on his shield generator. Right. Oh, that one's just got out of range. Let's take a look at the dropship. He's only an expert, it's nothing great. I mean, it helps that he seems to be targeting someone else. Anyway, yeah, he did not take much. What else we got? We got any vultures around? No. So we're down to a load of bugger all really. Let's get a bit closer to the centre. Yeah, most powerful ship in the area at the moment is Asp Scout. That's nothing fantastic. Alright, let's have another look at the chat. Where are we? Okay, Rodian is out of here. That I used to get to was just after the hour, sometimes 15, 25, 45 minutes past the hour. Yeah, it does it at regular intervals. I can't remember exactly when they are, but I know the first one is, yeah, it's just after, and I mean like a few seconds after 5 past the hour. So I'm guessing it's going to be like every 15 minutes. Hang on, there's a vulture that's just shown up. Let's take a look at... he will almost certainly be wanted. Yeah. So he's only an expert. 352,000. But because he's so small, yeah, I've got to be a lot more sort of accurate with the old sighter scramblers here. Come on. Right, we could do with his shield generators being taken out because, yeah, with how small he is. getting in with the sighter scramblers is a bit of a pain in the arse. That's the only drawback with sighter scramblers. If you're going after small ships, yeah, the jitter makes it really difficult to, well, a lot of the time makes it difficult just to get a hit on them. So you need to get up quite close to them. Right, so that's his shield generator down. Not really fussed about taking out his frameshift drive, but in fact, no, we'll go after his power plant. I mean, he's down to 16% hull, so yeah, I suppose it doesn't really matter what module I target. Yeah, great move there, mate. Try ramming someone when you're on 8% hull. Another Fed Johnson, is that all I'm getting? I'm not going to get any, you know, I'm not getting any anacondas or anything. No, it's just Fed gunships and Fed dropships and Fed assault ships and everything else. Oh, hang on. Does that mean he's buggered off? Or is he just still out of range? See, I'm not, oh, okay, there's 2 FST weights. So yeah, he's buggered off. Or has he? No, here we go. Right, Fed gunship. He's in a wing of 2 with a Cobra Mark 3. He's only a competent. Oh well. I'm here now, I may as well. There's not really much point in targeting subsystems with this thing. It's so small. Yeah, that's him down. Take this fucker out before his shield generator's gone. Yeah. Still not much here. So how much have I made now? Okay. What I'll do, I think we've seen what the combat Mandalay is all about, and yeah, it's a decent choice of combat ship. No doubt about that. But as much as I like the 4 Concorde cannons, I have another ship that has the same number of Concorde cannons, but the engineering on it is a bit different, and I think this is a good place to test it, because this is another one that I put it together, engineered it, and then didn't use it again because yeah, the bug that meant it couldn't rearm the Concord cannons properly. But now we can. Now if Jim is still there, I think he will have a pretty good idea of what ship I am referring to.
Commander, welcome to our carrier. Permission granted. We look forward to welcoming you to our carrier.
Knew I was coming in too quick. So you can certainly tell it's been a little, you know, a little while since I last played it. Not got the, yeah, I'm not quite refined with the landing or anything. Not yet, anyway. I also just remembered I haven't been doing any of my advanced maintenance. Right, so this next ship then that I will be using spot which one it is. It's this one, copper nitrotritiate, Fairlance. And yeah, I can finally fully stock the weapons on that. Right, so we'll take this one to, it looks like that's the same extraction site that we have just left. So this one has appeared in at least a couple of my videos. But there is something about it that has changed. So it did have 4 cannons. It now has 4 Concord cannons. But those Concord cannons have been engineered exactly the same way as the standard cannons that it had before it. Which is that they have been overcharged. Yeah, they've been overcharged, and the experimental is force shell. So, yeah, if the right ships come along, I could be sending ships absolutely flying here. I'd like to try at some point being a passenger in your ship using VR. Or you could try, yeah, going into combat in one of your ships in VR. I mean, you don't need me to tell you how, you know, extraction sites are not difficult. It's one of the reasons why nowadays, if I come to extraction sites, I'm in either small or medium ships. Because, yeah, at least I get something approaching a challenge. Coming to these things in a large ship, it's like shooting fish in a bucket, really. The most challenging ship here at the moment is an expert vulture. You can see this class 4 beam laser is actually slower at taking away shields than, really, it was 2 of them, but class 1 cycler scramblers. That's one way of getting his shields down. Alright, see if I can get... Yeah. Oh no, he wasn't affected by them so much. Yeah, I had a feeling he wasn't going to survive that round. Right, this this extraction site is shit. Let's go on to the next one. So there's a fleet carrier here called the 10-pole Tudor. Wonder how many remember that one. I'm guessing you probably need to be of a certain age to remember 10-pole Tudor. The old Swords of 1,000 Men and all that. Well, it's better than the last one, but right, deadly gunship. Whatever to you, especially as he has been scanning me. I mean, trying to move gunships around is easier said than done, but I am still managing to blast him backwards. Probably not all that surprising, given that he's being hit. Well, if they're all on target, he's being hit by 12 4-shell cannons. Yeah, 12 4-shell cannon projectiles. So yeah, he's been blown clear away. I mean, he's still in range of me, beam laser. Yeah, I can't say I blame him for using his chaff here, but the chaff ran out at not a very good time. I think that's him down. Yep. Right. Fed dropship. So he's dangerous. He's wanted. I've got decoded emission data from him. That's probably filled that up. What I really want is either an Imperial Clipper or an Anaconda to come along, because those things you can blast around all over the place. You can send your hatcheling pit all you like. He may have just realised that I have no cargo, so I don't even have any cargo racks. Mistimed that blast. Now he's back in chapping. Okay, so I didn't target it, but I have taken out his shield generator. Ah, you fucker. There we go, let's have some of that. That's him down. That weren't a bad payout for one of those. Right, a long way from the centre, so let's head back there, check the chat. The extra pip would be handy also. Yeah, I suppose it would be. Especially during combat in a ship with a front passenger seat. Still docking like it's No Man's Sky. Yeah, I'm still very much playing the entire game like it's No Man's Sky. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So dangerous. Completely mistimed it. I mean, I'm going full throttle, but I can't keep up with him when I'm blasting him back. Shields down. I need to get us closer to the actual, yeah, the asteroids. I want to try and get him so that he flies into those. I don't even know how much this wing's gonna pay out. 481,000. Fucking anaconda, it's bugger all. Of course, his shield's come up with 1% of his hull left. I don't really want him flying past me, so there you go, he's down anyway. Alright, what did he drop? Thermic alloys, no, they're not a 5. No, so he didn't drop any great materials. Those that he did drop I'm already maxed on, so yeah. VR not that great for flying, as you still need to use either keyboard, mouse or controller, which you can't see. To be honest, I got no problem with that. I mean I can type without looking at the keyboard, which is no great shakes I suppose, but the fact that I can do that, I'm okay with you know, using mouse and keys without being able to see them, I'm fine with it. In fact, to be honest, I would consider that a plus point. Just realised this thing is in a wing with, it looks like he's in a wing with Cobra Mark 4s. They're a pain in the arse, them things. Perhaps I should have checked that before I started firing on him. No, I was hoping he was going to fly into those asteroids, but no. I mean, if I can get a hit on these things, I should be able to send these things flying around like fuck only knows what. Let's try it. I couldn't really see there, and he's almost down anyway. I think he's running. Yeah, he left it far too late to run. So this one's dangerous, and this one also looks like he's running. Yeah, he is. I've not really... Oh, actually, I can catch up with him. So if I can get close enough to him, I should be able to completely do fuck all, actually, by the looks of it. See if I can get him before he's... didn't really do much. Yeah, fucking shit. Okay, elite Fed dropship who was very keen on scanning me. Here we go. Oh, they're in a wing as well. Probably should have let my shields recharge a little bit. This is another combat ship that does not have shield cell banks, so I'm blasting this one away with the old Concord cannons, and he's not moving. The Fed dropship is really not affected by the force shell at all. And the shield generator's been destroyed, and so is the ship. So, alright, another Cobra Mark 4. This one's probably going to run as well. Bit of a waste of ammo using the Concord cannons against this thing. They're not going to be around much longer. There we go. Right. I'm a long old way from the centre, but I can at least recharge some of my shields while I make my way back there. Right. Can't deny the ship combat in ED is its most complete and realistic feature, as they've not changed it over all the years. The only thing that I think it really needs as far as changes is making the enemy ships more challenging. Actually give them the ability to do something. I mean, they are pretty useless. I can't keep up with this clipper. See how we do it. And they will take out his yeah, the cannons do a fair bit of damage to his shields, but of course I'd rather keep them for doing damage to his hull. Hardly any of those hit. Plenty of those did, so that's him down. Now where's the other one? Right here. It looks like he's in a wing. No, he isn't. I'm alright with that. So there are a few reasonably powerful ships in the area, but then none of those that I really want. And I'll take out that vulture that I've just spotted. Yeah, there he is. See, it looks like he's firing on the clipper that I'm taking on here. I really do need to let my shields charge up a bit now. They're getting just above 25%. There we go, so that's him down. And that's when a fucking Fairlance shows up. But it's only a master, and it's not paying a lot. So yeah, okay, we'll try and even though my shields are this low. Of course he has chat. So his cannon is a class 4. So his shields are only just hanging on there. Oh, that's something else that I just remembered. There were supposed to be NPC versions of the new ships finally added, and I haven't seen any yet. Send down. So we've got 2 vultures out here. One of them is currently under quite a bit of fire. And my shields are down to 21. Very clearly see the other vulture that I'm after, so that's him down. And And there's the other one who's right here with us. But I think this one's in a wing. Yeah, he is. Who is? Is this his wingman, a fucking adder? Looks like it. Okay. Fucking expert adder for you. Now these things you can absolutely swat around like a fucking fly if I time it right. Made alright bollocks off of that. Soon done. Yeah, there's not much that really grabbing me that's coming along. Well, 528,000 for a Fed dropship, actually, that's not bad. We'll go after this fucker. Hey, my shields, I'll be lucky if they're at 30% by the time I reach him. Alright, here we go. He's too far away. Barely any of those hit him. Oh, I'm not going to waste ammo. Yeah, he was so close to going down. Elite Fed gunship. Let's have a look. If he's on his own, then yeah, great. He's a wing of 3 with, oh, I fucking hate Viper Mark 3s. Let's see what this Python is all about. Looks promising. Oh, he's only a master. Paying 629,000. I'll have some of that. Fucking shitty master and he's paying that much. His shield generator's out and now so is he. Right, so that is 10,641,823. Let's go and cash it in. I thought that this ship would have been better than it actually was. I mean, it's not bad, but yeah, I thought that firstly with the overcharged Concord cannons, I'd be doing more damage than I was, and also the force shell wasn't really it wasn't moving the enemy ships with any force, or any real noticeable force. So I think that engineering, overcharged with force shell, you are much better off sticking with regular cannons than putting it on Concord cannons. Which is a bit of a shame, but gone over any. Now that stuttering there, that was not a stutter though. Yeah, I'm in two minds about whether or not the stuttering has actually been fixed or not. I mean, I'm using I'm using an RTX 2070 graphics card. It should be able to render this game effortlessly. So I can't believe that the stuttering is due to the graphics card being overworked. But at least I can, fully rearm the Concord cannons that I have on this thing. Right, let's have a look then at how much I will get for my combat, my bounty vouchers here. So yeah, 25,540,375. That's not bad. Now some of that is actually taken off because my ship launch fighter pilot is taking some of it, but nevertheless, I'm still getting a hell of a lot more than than I would have been. So I got no complaints about that at all. Right, back to the carrier. So yeah, well, I'm not really sure what else to do. I don't know what else there is that was bugged when I stopped playing it and might have been fixed by now.
You are welcome at this carrier, Commander. Let us know if you're looking to dock. Docking request approved. Head to your allocated pad. Landing successful. Clear to disembark. Welcome to our carrier, Commander.
Okay, so I can't actually remember what my balance was after sorting out the the carrier balance. I think it was around like 89.7, so I've added about 53 million. Sounds a bit high actually. I don't think I added as much as that, but well, I added a reasonable amount anyway. See what's on the chat here. Probably has the best ship combat out of the big four. Which? Oh, you're referring to the game. Mind you, what's the big four? This. Oh, Star Citizen I wouldn't know, but I never will know. No Man's Sky, its ship combat is quite simplistic. I don't know what the fourth would be. Thoughts on the Panther Clipper? The thing is, it's an ugly looking thing, but its introduction is going to result in a shitload of endless whining on the forums, because there are people on the forums who have been banging on about the Panther Clipper being added to the game for at least 8 years, and of course over that time their expectations for it have become more and more and more overblown, until they've now reached the stage where they are going to be expecting it to be nothing short of the greatest at every single thing in the game. Which of course, the only thing that it will excel at, or it should excel at, is moving huge amounts of cargo. It should be fucking awful at everything else. Its manoeuvrability should make either the Type 9 or the Imperial Cutter look like you're flying a Cobra Mark 5. Its jump range should be pretty ordinary at best. Its shields should be pretty good, but its firepower should be pretty shite. We're talking like 5 medium hard points at the very most, but certainly no large or huge hard points. But yeah, I very much doubt any of that's going to be implemented. It's going to be far too good for how it should be. But no matter how good it is compared to what it should be, it won't be enough. And there will be loads of people on the forums just endlessly banging on about, oh, this is not, this ship's terrible, it's got to be better than this, blah, blah, fucking blah. And it will be purely their fault for having ridiculously overblown expectations for the thing. I mean, there's a good chance I will get one, because I did have a Panther Clipper when I was playing Frontier, and yeah, it was great. But of course, it flew very differently in Frontier compared to this. The other thing that gets me is there are already quite a few videos on YouTube about it. Now, we know nothing about it except what it looks like, and that's it. But it doesn't stop these people just churning out all these videos about the thing. What's the point? What can you possibly say about it from just looking at the screenshots? Screenshots which are also very clearly labelled work in progress, so there's still a good chance that it may not look quite like those images are showing. So they keep on jumping the gun as far as trying to be the first on YouTube to cover this fucking thing, because no one else is ever going to think about covering the Panther Clipper in Elite Dangerous, are they? So yeah, it's all right, but do you do any weekly power play tasks? Not at the moment, because actually I said it right at the start, so so yeah, you'll have missed it. The thing with power play, I'll show you now. I've gone up a level during this video, so I'm now at rank 130. I've got a vast amount of care packages that still have like several materials in them that I haven't claimed because I'm maxed on them. And if I do too many more, I'm going to get to the point where the game will just completely lock up, because there's too many care packages in the waiting to be picked up. And I didn't see that in the list of things that were fixed in yesterday's patch, so I'm going to play it safe and just not do any more power play at the moment. I mean, I don't really need to, because I don't do background simulator stuff. I was only doing power play to help myself. Once I hit level or rank 99, I was able to get all of the power play modules, so I don't need to do any more unless I get really low on materials, which I'm far from. I'm nowhere near being low on materials. So yeah, at the moment I'm leaving power play to one side, but once I'm low on materials again, and all I need to do is buy another couple of ships, then they will come in quite handy. I avoid the forum at all costs. I mean, it's I couldn't I couldn't recommend that highly enough. The forums are an absolute fucking an absolute fucking shit bit. Big Four: Elite Dangerous, No Man's Sky, Starfield, or Star Citizen and X4. I don't think anybody would consider Starfield to be Big Four these days. It was another one. Actually, Starfield suffers from the same thing that the Panther Clipper's going to suffer. Everyone got their expectations ridiculously high, And these days, when people get their expectations high like that, they expect everything that they have, thought up to actually take part in it, and actually be there in the game, or in whatever features being added. And when it's not, they make out that it's the developer's fault. So Starfield was a degree of that. I mean, it's a Bethesda game. We all knew it was going to be a bug-ridden pile of shit. So, yeah, I didn't go anywhere near it. I mean, I'm still more likely to play Starfield than I am Star Citizen, but that's saying far more about Star Citizen than it is about anything else. So, yeah, Starfield I certainly wouldn't put in the Big Four list. That's quite the oversight on FDev's part. What about the care packages? I mean, yeah, but that's Frontier Developments all over. From the day that the alpha, as they called it, of Odyssey was first made available, from that day I've never seen a game developer who are as inept and who don't know their own code and don't know how to design their own game as Frontier Developments. It defies belief that they are still in business, to be honest. It will probably be like flying a skyscraper. I mean, that's certainly what it should be like. It should be an absolute pig to fly. And once you're into the gravitational field of a planet, even if it's a very low gravity, nevertheless there will still be some gravitational effect. It should be a real fucking bastard to get it away from there, because you look at the screenshots, you can see the ridiculous amount of thrusters that this thing has. But look at the sheer size of it, the sheer mass of it. It's it should be really, really difficult to fly. It won't be, but that's how it should be. I mean, here's a question for anyone else who's watching: how much do you think the Panzer Clipper is going to cost? I don't think they are going to make it anywhere near as expensive as it should be, but I think we can all safely say it's going to be the most expensive ship in the game. That there's no question. But how much do you reckon it will be? What expectation can be said about the Panzer Clipper other than it carries more cargo than any other ship? That's the only expectation that anyone should have. But of course, you know what the forums are like. So you're going to have people who will expect it to, outmaneuver an engineered Eagle. You'll expect they will insist that it will be faster than, an Imperial Clipper, and it will have the acceleration rate of a Mamba and the firepower of a Fed Corvette, and all this bollocks, the jump range of an engineered Mandalay. And the trouble is, Frontier Developments now have a reputation of bending over backwards to accommodate the people who do endlessly whine on the forums. So, of course, the people on the forums are going to expect this. And if they don't have, even if it's just one of those things that it doesn't have, the whining on there will be relentless. Do you think the on-foot content will get an update or upgrade? Christ knows the foot gameplay is scarce. I mean, there's no getting away from it. It needs it. Will it get it? I highly doubt it. The problem is, because it was in such a state when it was first added, and CQC suffers from this as well because it was in such a dismal state when it was first added. They've kind of abandoned it, so it's still there, but you get the feeling that they would rather people just not bother with it, and and that way they won't be complaining about the state of it, and then they can ignore it just as much as they hope that the player base will. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but the general attitude that I get from them is that that's what they're hoping for, and and if they don't get that, then they'll ignore the they'll ignore the people who are complaining about it rather than actually do anything about it, because they don't know how to do anything about it. The people who coded Odyssey, none of them worked on the original Elite Dangerous, none of them worked on Horizons. They don't know the code for those parts. And a lot of those people who did work on Odyssey have since been replaced. So these people who are now there, they don't know the code for any of the, they don't know the code for the original release or Horizons, and you can also now add Odyssey to it, which makes you wonder what the fuck are they doing there in the first place. But there you go. What do you think the last update will be? My guess, if FDev were smart, that's a big assumption, but we'll go along with it. It will be an engine upgrade for future updates. Well, there's no way they will do that, because that would then mean essentially admitting that the Cobra engine isn't good enough to run their own game. And you know how stubborn they are. They will continue using the Cobra engine till fucking, till Armageddon comes along. So, the very last update for Elite Dangerous, I don't know. I don't think it will be anything that's planned as a last update. I think we'll just suddenly out of the blue get an announcement that the servers will be shutting down on such and such a date, and that'll be it. So yeah, I mean, I know the next thing that they're planning is quite an overhaul of squadrons, and let's face it, squadrons does need an overhaul, because at the moment you just get a group of people in a squadron, and there's no sign of anything beyond that being in the game. So it certainly needs doing, but what the hell it will consist of, aside from trying to bring in some kind of PvP aspect, which means that there'll be a lot of people who are in squadrons who won't want to know, and I will most definitely be one of them. So yeah, agree, it should be like flying a small fleet carrier. Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of lag on the video, and I'm answering stuff a long time before I get any of the comments, but yes, it might be. So anyway, with regards to what I think the Panther Clipper will cost, I have a feeling it's going to be around 300 million, but I think it should be around 500 million. $500 million for the base model. That's what I think it should be. But yeah, as I say, it's going to be 300 million tops. And it will still make it, once you've fully upgraded it and outfitted and that, it's going to be far more expensive than the Imperial Cutter. My Imperial Cutter is just shy of 1.3 billion, I think. I guess there's one way to find out, because I've got it on my carrier here. I think it does show the value, doesn't it? Shipyard. Karl Marx Imperial Cutter. Doesn't say. Well, it might do. Right, so yeah, if I was to sell it, then yeah, 1,107,000,000, but obviously there's a percentage taken off that, so it's around like 1.2 something billion. But yeah, I reckoned that the Panther Clipper, say yeah, you get your base Panther Clipper, and if you were to get like mirrored composite armor, well, that should take you above 1.2 billion right there, you know, just those two things. So yeah, it should be astronomically expensive, but it won't be. Panther Clipper has a 4-man crew or bridge. Are we to presume a fighter bay will be part of the design? It's got to be. Bearing in mind that the Panther Clipper should be so, like, you know, terrible as far as agility goes, that it's going to need some way of like defending itself, and it can't just rely on turreted weapons. I mean, there's no doubt about it, you're going to need turreted weapons on the thing, but yeah, it's definitely going to have well, it should have a fighter bay. Oh, I'll take my fucking bills here, just give me a sec. Oh god, I don't know why I make such a fucking palaver out of taking those things, but there you go. So yeah, in fact, it's just dawned on me. Right, yeah, Wisely, now you're here, I'm going on the fairly safe assumption that you have a getting hot over there, and yeah, it is, yeah. Well, hot by our standards, anyway. I'm going on the assumption that you have a Corsair. Is it any good? Do you think it's worth me getting? Bearing in mind that if I was to get one, it would be combat only. I don't really see the point in me outfitting it for anything else, because the ships I've already got are absolutely fine at the moment. Seems that the FDev mantra is that the decent devs all piss off because it's a chaotic, toxic work environment. Well, yeah, that's pretty much exactly why they went. And they get replaced by post-grads as the Braven cunt is a cheapskate. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. I mean, you don't need me to tell you how shit the netcode for Elite Dangerous is. Now, that could easily be fixed. They just need to get in one person who, you know, has the, you know, knows what he's doing when it comes to netcode, and problem solved. But of course they won't do that, because that person commands the kind of wage that knowledge and that ability commands, and there is no way that Frontier Developments will pay that. So we're never going to get the netcode that the game needs. Does your carrier always attract flies? It does seem like it. It's not quite so bad now, because it used to be that my carrier was, where does it show it? I think, is it in the summary? Yeah, my carrier security rating, actually in the Empire it was always fine, but in Federation systems it was considered, what's the rating below this? It was, oh, I forget what it's called. But it meant that I had a lot more security ships flying around, and yeah, I also would have a lot of, well, apparently wanted ships all coming along, and yeah, it was absolute fucking chaos around me, around my carrier all the time. Not that I had a problem with it, you know, but it hung around for a long time as well. I thought that the security rating would sort itself out after a week, but it was something like about 6 months before it actually got sorted. So, yeah, that was a bit of a pain in the arse, but yeah, I was alright with it. Right, here we go. The Corsair is essentially a souped up Python. Be wary of the shields as they melt faster than pissing on a snowman. Went up against a Master Vulture in a distress source and it walloped the shields. Can you remember offhand what your shield stats on it are? Because I know it's got a fairly low shield, you know, initial shield value, and the shield multiplier on it is not great. But I did put together a loadout for one, and you know how I go a lot for resistances on shields, but I was still able to get the shield like megajoules value close to 1600. So it didn't seem too bad. 1300 plus kg. I think the shields were bugged upon release. Well, I mean, it did have quite a few issues. I mean, you know, considering it's a no, it's a heavy medium ship. It's one of the biggest medium ships in the game, and yet it was getting mass locked by an adder. I mean, something was seriously wrong there. Now I know they fixed that now, but that was ludicrous. The big issue that I had with it was that I kept hearing that its thermal output was pretty bad, so it was constantly sort of like overheating. But I also heard that that's got sorted out. So I don't know. I mean, it doesn't strike me as being a ship that is essential for anybody. So I'll probably hang on and I'll just wait for that one to become generally available. I'm not gonna lie. When the Panther Clipper comes along, yeah, I'll almost certainly you know, pay the arcs for that. Well, I wouldn't be at all surprised if they bump up the amount of arcs needed to get one of those. They know that is going to be really sought after. They know there are people who have been waiting for it for years, so they will very likely make it more expensive than any of the other ships in terms of how much, you know, how many arcs you got to pay for it. And I reckon it's going to be a long time before it becomes available to get in the game, you know, with credits. Right. Still not really sort of anything else that I can do. Let's have a look at the power play assignments. Collect bounties and acquisition systems easy. Right. Rival power members in acquisition systems. To do that one, I go to systems that are yeah, where there are the power play conflict zones. I forget the name of that kind. Is it disputed or whatever it is? Anyway, it's an easy way to get your get your rival power kills done. Transport power commodities to reinforcement systems. They're always really easy. And And yeah, I haven't got to go from a specific system. It doesn't matter what system I go to as long as it is a reinforcement one. So that's a piss easy one. Rescuing escape pods, hack holographic adverts. I never bothered doing those. Salvage cargo, yeah. So it's all the usual ones I'm getting here. Recover classified data from undermining systems. Yeah, that one piss off. I mean, that one's an on-foot one. But trying to get classified data, and it's all from, you know, the random generated thing. So trying to get 12 is, yeah, ridiculous. So yeah, that one I finished. I wasn't even aware that I had that mission. So. Well, let's transport some power commodities then, shall we? Because I'm in a system that is giving them away. I only need to transfer 10. So, right. Well, I can't do it in this ship because it has shitty jump range and I have no cargo cargo capacity. And I'm not going to change my ship by going into the carrier management, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing there. My usual, what do you call it, power play ship is the Grated Puffin, the Cobra Mark 5. So this has a very different loadout to the Thunderchild that I used earlier. So I'll quickly go through the loadout of this one. You'll see from the weapons though, it's got a very familiar feel to it. So yeah, hard point. So I have two class 2 pulse lasers, which are, yep, rapid fire phasing sequence. What a shock, eh? Almost as much of a shock as this. Yeah, it's got Concord cannon, short range blaster with auto loader. Again, I might change that experimental now that I don't need it. And then I have two advanced missile racks, both with high capacity magazine, grade 4, and both with overload munitions. Yep, onto the utility mounts. So I have, now I know I didn't do, yeah, I've got one heavy duty with supercapacitors and two resistant augmented with force block. And I've got my frameshift weight scanner, C class 1 with grade 5 fast scanner. On the core internals, so military grade composite armour, which is lightweight with deep plating, power plant, yeah, overcharged and monstered. Again, the only ship that I would use that combination on. Thrusters, here's a shock. Dirty drive tuning and drag drives, but you never saw that coming. So this one is a pre-engineered, you know, double-engineered SCO drive. Life support, yeah, lightweight, grade 1. Power distributor, charging enhanced cluster capacities. It's all the usual stuff. Long-range sensors, yeah. And so, optional internals, class 5, bi-weave. Thermal-resistant multi-weave. I thought I'd put fast charge on it. Multi-weave though is pretty good. 4A fuel scoop. Anti-corrosion cargo rack. Class 4G planetary vehicle hangar. Shield reinforcement package 3D. Another cargo rack, class 3. 3A frameshift drive interdictor, which has longer range to grade 4. Recon Olympic controller. Not engineered at all, don't think you can. And detailed surface scanner, which, yeah, expanded probe radius. And then as far as vehicle goes, yeah, I've got one of each, Scarab and Scorpion. So, right, let's grab our it's reinforcement ones, isn't it, I need? Transport power commodities to reinforcement systems. Right, okay, let's get underway.
Clamps released. Launch confirmed.
Yeah, I do think that anyone who is still playing this game regularly, there are two ships you absolutely need in your fleet. This is one, Cobra Mark 5, without question, and the Mandalay. In fact, I like to think I've illustrated that yeah, as well as a Mandalay exploration ship, a Mandalay combat ship is not a bad choice to have either. Obviously, once it comes along, the Panther Clipper is going to very quickly become an essential one, purely because of the sheer quantity of stuff that it can transport. But I know a couple of players who could actually struggle with being able to afford one. Because regardless of how much it ends up costing for the base model, I don't think there is anyone out there who thinks that you know, after outfitting it and upgrading it, it will be less than $1 billion. It's absolutely going to pass the $1 billion mark. Someone here called Scaro. Okay. Right, so I'm trying to remember what ones it is for reinforcements. Here we go. So, right, I need to deliver 10, but we'll collect 24. And we are going to... yeah, of course, going to a reinforcement system. Jesus fucking Christ. Right, let's have a look. Well, Jogtung here looks, yeah, he's being reinforced. I have been there before. I'm pretty sure I mapped to that planet. Yes, I did. So, right. This will be a pretty short trip, easy to do. Oh yeah, I'll fly with great care.
Frameshift drive charging.
You are free of the restricted zone. We wish you well on your journey.
I just need to load up the old ICOS before. There you go. Right, get on the way. So that was not going to take long. And here we are. I mean, that really is how easy it is to do some of these power play missions.
Request approved. Please set course for docking bay 16.
Now I know they altered how much you get for doing reinforcement missions. You don't get anywhere near as much as you used to. But I mean, thankfully I've long since passed the point where that really mattered, so that doesn't bother me too much.
Landing successful. Initiate shutdown sequence.
So we're handing 24, yeah, we're only getting 96 merits there. I mean, obviously I'll get more for completing the mission. So I'm up to 1,020,879 merits. So obviously I'm still level 30, or rank 30, whatever it is. Or rank 130, I should say. Yeah. Not much has changed here, I'll tell you that. I mean, the top four, at least the top four, are still exactly the same as they were when I last played this. Yeah, Torval's still bottom, so yeah, it's the yeah, they're all still as good or as bad as each other. Right, let's have a look on the will they go above class 8 modules? I doubt it. I mean, the thing is, as far as frameshift drives go, the highest is still only class 7, but surely the Panzer Clipper is going to need a class 8 FSD. And I'm pretty sure that they have like coded it in the game that there is a class 8 FSD. It's just that at the moment no ship uses it. But I'm pretty sure that the Panzer Clipper will be the first one that does. Because I mean, you look at the sheer size of it, it's going to need a huge fucking... well, it's not a standard FSD, of course, is it? It's a SEO drive. And I just can you imagine how much fuel that is going to use if you're flying, you know, using the SCO feature? Probably won't want to be doing that too much unless it's got something like a 128 or even a 256 ton cargo fuel tank. So anyway, right, that's that power play mission done. So ridiculously easy. let's oh yeah, I haven't looked at any of this stuff. System colonization map mode. Well, hang on, I selected it, but it's not coming up. It's still coming up power play. Oh, I see. Right. So I've got to, and then, yeah, okay, right, I got it. What is that? Oh, okay, that's the one I'd never use. So my colonies, there you go. Yeah, that's never going to change. Actually, I'll just add something that I was saying earlier. But yeah, Wiser, you weren't here at the time, so you may have missed it. Yeah, obviously I am not going to bother with colonization. As you are in the squadron, if you are doing one, yeah, let us know, and if I'm in game and bored enough, I'll come along and haul a few materials that way.
Ship is released. You may leave the docking area when ready.
Shift drive charging.
Control zone now exceeded. We wish you well on your journey.
Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, well I can't be asked to fly there normally. Let's slowed down a little bit late, but it's not too shabby. So I suppose my next real target in this game is to try and get my balance back to, well, first of all to what it was, try and get it back up past 90 billion, seeing as I had to transfer, what was it, 400 million to the carrier.
Hello, Commander. Stay below the speed limit and we'll get on.
And then I could try and do the target that I actually set for last year, which I would have done if I hadn't stopped playing it for a while. Quite a long while, but there you go. Which was to break the 100 million balance.
Landing gear deployed.
It's not the most interesting of targets to set, but certainly don't think I'll have any trouble getting there. It's just a case of will I be able to continue playing the game for long enough to get there.
Landing complete. Commence shutdown. Welcome, Commander.
Well, I know a fairly easy way of getting the balance back. What do I need now? So I need another 247 million. I mean, if I go to one of the Titan wreckage sites, if I'm able to pick up a few of the Titan drive components, that will certainly help. I'm going on the assumption that they are still quite sought after among among players, so that's certainly one way of doing it. Alright, let's have a look at the we've got here. So with the Panther coming out, will it make the Cutter stroke Type 9 redundant, or at best a cheaper cargo alternative? Yeah, but a lot of the new ships are doing that. So Frontier developers are adding these new ships pretty much with like no regard at all as to whether it's going to make any of the existing ships in the game redundant or not. Now the thing is, that was fine if they had done that right from the start, because you think about it, there were plenty of ships that were like that in well, not so much Elite, because you couldn't, you could only fly the one ship, but in Frontier, and perhaps even more so actually in First Encounters, there were a lot of ships which, they were different ships. You could get one if you really wanted to, but they were so shit that nobody in their right mind would. So if they'd all been there from the start, then yeah, that would have been fine. But of course, they're adding them now at a stage where the vast majority of people who are still playing the game have got so many credits that they are basically buying ships just for the hell of it. So, if they've got a ship that is nowhere near as good as the replacement, well, they're still going to just keep hold of it anyway. So, yeah. I mean, who knows what they think? I don't think they even know half the time. Right, anyway, well, with the time coming up to 10 o'clock and the fact that I am at a pretty desperate stage as far as trying to come up with something to do in this game, I think that is where I shall call it a night. Because, yeah, I'm really not doing very much at all. Well, it certainly looks like the bug that was annoying me as far as being able to store, your stuff here, that's been fixed. Being able to rearm your Concord cannons has been fixed. The stutter bug looks like it has been improved. It doesn't happen anywhere near as often, and when it does happen, it's nowhere near as severe as it was. So it's been improved, but it hasn't gone completely. Now I suspect if I was playing on a higher end system and I wasn't playing, with the game being rendered just at 60 FPS, I wouldn't notice it at all. If I was on a system where the game was running at 120 or 144 FPS, it would be completely, I wouldn't notice it at all. But I'm not, so I do still see it. So yeah, it has certainly improved things. One thing though it hasn't improved, and that's not a result of a patch, it's the result of the Thargoid War ending. And now I just don't know what to do. Yeah, suggestions would be welcome, just so long as they don't involve actually colonising my own system, because yeah, I may be interested in doing stuff in this game, but not something that tedious. Right, let's have a look at no, nothing else in the chat there. So yeah, that is me done for the night. So now go away.